who loves to cook, and she knows that I love to eat. It's a pretty good combination. Probably about twice a month, she'll make me a full meal, some entree and sides, enough to feed me for several days. And the food is next level good. It's not just good. It's like some of the best things I've ever had. And like, for example, one of the side dishes that she makes is asparagus wrapped in prosciutto and sharp cheese. And I mean, that sounds good just to listen to, but it's next level good. It's like more than the sum of its parts. And I asked her, why is this so good? And she said, well, you've got to use good ingredients. You've got to get really good asparagus, and you got to go out of town for the cheese. You got to either have it shipped in or go somewhere very specialty for that. She said, but my real secret is I put a few drops of truffle oil on that asparagus. And at the time, I didn't even know what truffles were. I had to look it up. And when I looked it up, what I found was the burgundy black truffle sells for $900 a pound. It is some of the rarest ingredients you can imagine in cooking anywhere in the world. And these truffles need to be pressed into oil, and then just a little bit makes food taste incredible. Some people have noticed that on the menus of restaurants, you'll find truffle fries once in a while. They're always so good, you can't quite put your finger on what is going on there. And Jesus is giving us this kind of an image in talking about today's topic. He says, in other words, just as if you want your food to blow people's minds, you have to get the truffle oil out and let it be part of the ingredients of the dish. If you want your life to really make an impact, if you want to really impress people, you have to be able to suffer. You have to embrace the cross, he says. A life where you're spending a lot of time trying to avoid that is really no life at all, he says. Many of you have heard of the name of a very small German town called Oberammergau. The reason we've heard of it is because for over 500 years, there's been a passion play that has taken place in that town every 10 years. That is the most amazing thing people have ever seen. There are travel agents right now already planning for trips to go to Oberammergau in the year 2030. A friend of a friend had gone to that play once, and because of a connection they had, got to actually go and meet some of the characters, including the person who was playing Jesus. And this friend of a friend actually got to go and hold the cross that Jesus was using in this passion play. And he said he couldn't budge it at all. It was so incredibly heavy. He strained just trying to lift it off the ground a little bit. And he turned to the character who played Jesus and he said, how can you lift this cross? I just watched this whole play, and for hours you were carrying this cross. How could you do it? It was so heavy. And he said, it has to be heavy. If the cross weren't heavy, I couldn't play Jesus. The mystics tell us that there are two ways for our soul to reach its potential in this life. The two ways are great love and great suffering. Those are the two paths where a person can become as truly great as they have the potential to be. A lot of parents will tell me that they never fully understood love until they had children. They thought they knew what love was. They thought they knew about their capacity to care. But it was when they had children that they realized there was a whole dimension in life that they had never glimpsed before. And the same thing is true with suffering. for many of us, it isn't until we suffer bravely that we can develop some of the compassion that is required to be a wise and caring person in life. We can never know what it's like to walk around in other people's shoes if we're unwilling to face it. The challenge when we suffer is to not allow it to make us bitter. We can't become rancid because of the suffering that we're experiencing. We have to be willing to let that suffering make us more beautiful. Becoming a beautiful person doesn't just happen. If we just go with the flow in life, we're not going to become a truly beautiful person. Our society has way too many temptations and pulls in it that are going to pull us off course and stop us from having the true nobility, the true dignity that we're capable of having. If we really want to become as noble as we have the potential of becoming, we're not just going to be able to go toward the next kind of recreation that interests us or have the next fun high that life has to offer. We can't just get our way there through leisure or through hobbies. The two great ways are great love and great suffering. Without those, we're not going to have the compassion and the depth that is truly our birthright. A lot of people have noticed over the years that many of the tunes we use for hymns at church, many of the hymns that make up the hymnal, are actually old Irish folk tunes. Many of the most beautiful melodies in spiritual life are from old Irish folk tunes. And people have noticed that Irish music has a tremendous quality of combining joy and sorrow. Have you ever noticed that a lot of those celebratory songs that they would play at a festival or even in a pub, they have a lot of celebration in them, but they also have this tinge of sadness. You can hear that the people singing these tunes, the people playing this music, they've been through struggle. It's been described by some people as kind of a bright sadness, not a melancholy sadness that is in the dumps, but the kind of sadness that has been overcome with faith and hope, but does not deny the fact that there was great suffering along the way. So this week we are being given an introduction to this concept and an opportunity to consider what in my life has given me the best opportunity to become the most beautiful person I can possibly be. Can I name what the cross has been for me in my life? For some of us, this is really easy. There's something that's happened for some of us even recently that is devastating, and we haven't even come up for air yet. For others of us, we're going to have to really search ourselves a bit and say, what is it that has been my cross? What is it that I'm being invited to bear bravely, to resist becoming bitter over? When Jesus says, take up your cross and follow me, what am I being asked to carry in a way that makes me not bitter, but better? As the actor who played Jesus in Oberammergau said, if the cross isn't heavy, I'm just pretending. In order for me to really embody Jesus, the cross has to be heavy. I wanted to see what truffles looked like, so I Googled them, and they're hideous. They don't look good at all. And that's why truffles are most commonly pressed into oil, which is such an interesting image because that means that because of the pressure of the pressing, the only thing that survives is the oil. The truffle is then discarded and the oil remains. So what's left there is the distilled resilience of the truffle. It's got all of the flavor and all of the the beauty and nobility of this special ingredient that costs $900 a pound, it's almost like having a concentrated form of all the benefit without any of the waste. That's what our suffering is meant to be too. That we would never waste a drop of it. That it would be something that enriches the world because we're willing to not be bitter, but be better because of what we've gone through. We know that the most valuable hours of Jesus' life were the ones he spent suffering for our sake. If we want to have a delicious dish, we can't hold back on the truffles. And if we want to have a stupendous life, we can't just avoid the suffering.